Welcome guys, welcome to today's video. It's morning, early morning here. It hasn't even reached 7 a.m. in the morning and I'm up early. I'm an early bird. I normally usually get up around about 4:30 and that's just the time that I wake up. So it's probably not really healthy to get up at that time every morning, but I know a lot of you folks probably have to get up that time anyway for work or for whatever reason. But I thought I'd do an idea with early bird makeup. So it's one of those ones where you wake up, maybe you have to get into the office early, maybe you just work from home even, maybe you just like to start off the day with some makeup. So it's a get ready with me, and I thought maybe you guys need to get to work early, maybe not, maybe you like to just work from home. So today's looks pretty much going to be a very light, well, not exactly light, because so you can see if I just turn around, but the sun is beaming to my left there. So today I want to give my skin a break from foundation, and I am going to be just using my Elta MD. It's the UV one that I've been using for a couple of months now and I really like it. I did just recently pick up a new sunscreen and I'm going to do a review on that. Actually, maybe not a review, maybe a first impressions. It's a new one I've been wanting to try out. So, but for today, Elta MD SPF 46 UV clear. Yeah, the UV clear one. So what I've got on my face at the moment prior to this is the Paula's Choice BHA solution, which pretty much is an exfoliator, a topical exfoliator, and I use that pretty much maybe a few times a week. It just helps to keep your skin clear, and it also just helps to get rid of blackheads, and just it's a great, I don't know, you guys would probably know about it, but Paula's Choice, the BHA 2%, beautiful. A pump and a half of the sunscreen, and I do have a mirror in front of me. I take this all the way up to under the eyes and down the neck. Now today's weather looks like it's going to be absolutely glorious. I don't know, I just felt inspired to do an early routine. I mean, since I am now working on my YouTube journey full time now, I don't want to waste any more time. If I'm up early, maybe I should just start filming early. Depending on the light, I prefer to use natural daylight. I do have lights that I can use and set them up, but at the end of the day I prefer natural daylight. Would you guys agree? I mean, I love watching YouTube tutorials where they do use natural daylight as well, but then I also love when they use lights that just don't make you look too drained out as well, because sometimes the lighting looks so harsh. So you definitely want to make sure that you put the sunscreen on if you're wearing a chemical exfoliant of any kind, because you just don't want to risk any further reactions happening with the sun and whatnot. And next we're going in with the concealer. I'm just using the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum in the shade Vanilla, just about that much. Beauty sponge, dab that through. Who else is a morning early bird person? I've always been one. Love the early mornings. So relaxing, peace and quiet. Can't hear any sound of the traffic, and most of the time the neighbours are still sleeping. If you do get a bit of peeling from the exfoliant underneath, that's understandably normal. I don't mind it too much, but we're going to go in with some powder anyway, make things a little bit more smooth, because at the moment the skin is still feeling quite tacky. And I just find with tacky kind of makeup, it doesn't last as long all day, especially if you're a person that tends to touch your face all the time like I do. So, oh, I've got a hair there. Okay, so now that we've concealed, the next thing we're going to do is some powdering, and I've got a e.l.f. small stipple brush here, and basically just going to be dipping into this powder which I've been really liking lately. It's the Rimmel Kind and Free Healthy It's the Rimmel Kind and Free Healthy Look Pressed Powder. This is what it looks like. This is in translucent number 1. Now on most skin tones I'd say this will be translucent. On deeper skin tones it may show up. So it's a great brightening kind of translucent powder, which I really love. I was actually going to do a comparison with this powder and the Charlotte Tilbury brightening finishing powder that she came out with in the light to medium shade, which is pretty much the same color as this. So dipping in with the stipple powder, so the stipple brush, picking up a little bit of that, tapping it off, and just putting that under the eyes to basically lock that concealer in. And I love this, it's so smooth and brightening. Wow, the sun really is beaming in right now. Okay guys, back in business. I've managed to put the blind partially covering the sun. The sun's just too blinding at the moment. So anyway, what were we doing? We were powdering the under eyes with the Rimmel Kind and Free powder, and at the same time we are also going to powder the rest of the face with the same powder. Using a bigger stipple brush now, just dipping into the powder, tapping off, and doing a light dusting over the face, because this is basically going to make a nice smooth finish over the face for powder and cream products. Okay guys, so now I'm just going to do the eyebrows. I'm just using the Anastasia Brow Freeze and with a spoolie brush, just dipping in a bit of that gel and going in to give a nice coating of that over the lashes and set them in, over the eyebrows, sorry, and set them in place. And that's pretty much it for the eyebrows. So okay, next we're going into do a bit of eyeshadow, and it's just going to be a little bit of definition just to contour pretty much the face. But I've always been an eyeshadow person, so for me going in with eyeshadow every day is a no-brainer. I just do it, I love it. But firstly we do need to prime the eyes. Just putting a light coating of that over the eyes, and with the same beauty sponge just go in and dab that out. Okay guys, so with a fluffy brush, just dipping into the Urban Decay Honey palette. I've been really loving this palette lately. These are the tones that we're going to be using. Well, we're not going to use every single tone, but basically starting off with this really pale shade here, and that's called Sweet, and that's just going to be our transition shade in the crease. Really lightly, just put that in the crease. So this is just like a really nice pale beigey shade, but more on the warm side. Going in now with a more tapered fluffy brush by Real Techniques, and I'm picking up the shade called Queen. It's like a bronzy gold shade. Basically putting that in just underneath the crease. With a bit more translucent powder, you can just get rid of the fallout. So just dipping in with the translucent powder again, and just basically flicking off that fallout. And it comes off quite easily because of the fact that we had already powdered previously. So just sweeping that off, just picking up a shader brush, and I'm going to be going in with the shade Drip, which is this medium brown shade there, and basically putting that on the outer corner of the eye. Just sweeping it out. That was drip on the outer corners of the eye there. Now with the same brush just on the other side, I'm going to be going in with Flyby. And it's a white, pale, bone type shade. And putting that all over the lid from the inner corner, just meeting the edge of that outer corner there. So we've got a bit of definition on the outer corner of the eye. We have highlighted the inner corners of the eye there, and basically it's a nice bright look. It's just a perfect look for the daytime, office appropriate of course, daytime, just going up to the shops, whatever. Like honestly, this is just a look that pretty much is so simple. Now I'm going to be going in with some eyeliner because I want to bring a little bit more of definition to the eye. I'm basically going to be using an angled eyeshadow brush, and the one that I've just been obsessed with recently, and I will also have linked in the description box, but I purchased this off Amazon, and it's the Eyeshadow 835, I believe. Yep, the E835 angled eyeliner brush. Basically very thin, tapered angled eyeliner brush. And what I love to do with this is I use the shadows dry. Now you can go in and wet this and use it wet, but I find that it picks up just perfectly with a dry shadow. So I'm going in with Sting, which is the very, very last shade there, and lining basically just the outer edge of the eye. So 3/4 of the way, and basically to the top part of the corner of the eye. And then ever so slightly creating a little bit of a wing. Just like that. Very, very simple. Just stamping it on, and then creating like a little flick. And that's pretty much it, like that. Now I'm going to be going in also just doing a little bit of the lower lash line, and I'm going to be going in with the shade Amber. Sorry, Amber's this one here. Going in with Amber, same angled eyeshadow brush, and going under the outer corner and all the way under the lash line. This brush is just so great for getting so close to the lashes. So guys, now that the eyes are almost done, it's time to just put a coating of mascara. I'm using the Gucci Black Mascara in black. And guys, now that the eyes are all done, I'll just give you a little close-up of how the eyes are currently looking. Okay, and that's pretty much it for the eyes. So I'll just zoom you guys back out and let's get on with doing the bronzer cheek products. Now the first thing that I'm actually going to be doing is bronzer, and I'm just using the Colourpop Private Party bronzer, which is, that's the shade, and going in with a big bronzing brush, a big fluffy bronzing brush, and getting a little bit of, this is quite pigmented, this Private Party, so make sure to tap some off and just high up on the cheekbones, start bronzing away. A little bit on the forehead, a bit on the nose. Now it's time for some blush, and I'm going in with a Sephora 56 brush and picking up a little bit of the Nudies Bloom Tiger Lily Queen bright coral shade. So just picking up a little bit of that on the brush. And going in and doing a light layer of cream blush, making sure to really work that in. And obviously if you do go a bit heavy-handed, you can always dial it down a bit with the beauty sponge. I'll have to assess how it's looking, and I really love putting cream blush over powder because it just eliminates that tacky feeling of having cream blush just on its own. Okay, I'm really happy with that. I don't feel the need to go in and dial down the colour, but if you do have a little bit of further blending to do that you just can't quite get with the brush, just go back in with the beauty sponge and lightly press over the edges, and it kind of makes everything look kind of seamless. Now I'm skipping the highlighter today because we've already got a nice glow happening there with the cheeks. The bronzer and the blush have just provided a highlight naturally on its own. Okay, so now all that's left to do is lipstick. I'm thinking, since we've already got the eyes, lips and cheek colour out, going in with the Tiger Lily Queen. Is it this one? Yep, Tiger Lily Queen. And basically going in with a finger. I'm not going in with any lip liner at all, but you can. And that's it, guys. The lips are all done, the whole face is done. And guys, this is the complete look. Just let my hair down, ran a bit of serum through it, and this is it. This is how I will go about the rest of my day now. Simple, effortless, really just easy colour to the face. And the Naked Honey palette is absolutely one of my go-tos when I really just want to do a nice natural look. Do you guys have this palette? What do you think of it? Like, there's no real standout shades in terms of like the types of looks that you can create with this, but I mean, you don't have to use every single eye shade in the palette to create a look. You can pretty much just pick out a few here and there and you've got it. I mean, I love the versatility of this eyeshadow palette so much. So guys, that completes the look for today. Just let my hair out. I put a bit of serum in it and just let it down. Smoothed out the ends just with my hands, and that is it. We will call it a day with the makeup. Do you have the Honey palette by Urban Decay? This lovely little palette here. I mean, it's not small. I know that the shades sort of all look similar to one another, and it's probably a little bit hard to achieve different looks, but you don't have to use all eyeshadows on your eyes to make a look. Just a few colors here and there, and you pretty much got a nice look going on for your face. You can do a lot of one and done eye shades here, and very office appropriate, really just one and done, out the door, go to the shops, visiting a friend, staying at home. Honestly, it's just when you want to feel put together, this is a lovely palette to reach out for. And the tones are just absolutely gorgeous. They're golden, they're bronze, they're nudes, they're warm toned, beautiful, stunning shades that would complement so many skin tones. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this little get ready with me. Really am glad that the sun sort of shifted left in this direction a little bit, although I do have the blinds sort of, you know, getting rid of the shade a little bit there. Deciding on whether or not I want to purchase some new makeup to review. I really wanted to pick up the new Hourglass palettes that came, not all of them, there's 3 that came out, and I think the Elephant was the one that I really wanted to pick up. And out of all of the face palettes that Hourglass came out with, I've only got the Ambient Lighting Edit Ghost Unlocked, which is this one here. I was thinking of maybe getting the Elephant palette and doing a comparison with this one, but it's an expensive palette. It's 120 Australian dollars, and basically I think they are limited edition, so I don't know, I still might pick it up. That's if they haven't sold out already. I was invited to pick it up a little bit earlier, being a level 3 member with Mecca Cosmetica, and I had it in my cart, and I think the cart sale ended last night, which was Sunday night, so not too sure. But anyway, rambling on, this is the Ambient Lighting Edit Ghost Unlocked, and I'm really happy with this. As you can see, I haven't hit pan on any of these ones and really love the tones. I might even just do a look with this one day and show you how this is still faring out. But really love this face palette, and of course you can use a lot of the shades for the eyes as well. The bronzer that we used today, Private Party, very comparable. Well, they say it's a dupe for the Marc Jacobs Tantastic bronzer, which I don't have. So, and then we went in with the cheeks and the lips with the Nudies Bloom in Tiger Lily Queen. Beautiful coral shade. Remember when these came out, I picked up the whole range of the shades that came out, so I have the full collection of this, but this was like years ago now. They have come out with some other shades. Not sure if they've come out with more shades in the Nudies Bloom, but I know that they've come out with more shades in the Nudies Matte. I really do hope you have a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye for now.